man, according to the Saudi royal court, and also the Arab world and the Muslim world is mourning the loss of a very important figure and a leader in the Arab world. And we also have a statement that says that the King Salman has called on the family's allegiance council to pay allegiance to Mukrim as his crown prince. We will start off our press review, but first let me welcome our guest for today, Reham Sharif. She's an assistant lecturer and political commentator. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Good
Good morning. First of all, we would like to mourn the death of Saudi's king, very important loss for the Arab and Muslim world.
Yes, for sure. May his soul rest in peace. And it's a great loss for the Arab world, as you said, and especially for Egyptians. There is a good or a strong relationship between Egypt and Saudi Arabia, so it's a loss for us, not only for them, but for the whole Arab world.
Yes. We also have news from the Al-Ahram, daily. We read President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi called on all countries all over the world to unite their efforts to eliminate terrorism through comprehensive cooperation, as he also called on the Islamic nation to protect their history from any threat based on the wrong understanding of the religion. This came during the World Economic Forum held in Davos in Switzerland on Thursday, where Sisi invited world leaders and investors to an economic summit in March as part of efforts to boost Egypt's economy after the fallout of years of political turmoil. Your remarks on the speech given by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and also what you think will be the impact of his visit and participation in the Davos Forum on the upcoming economic forum that is expected to be held in Egypt in March, I believe.
Yes. That speech, we used to hear a lot of speeches about tourism and how to face it and the countries that should cooperate. It's important to be said there because, yes, others need to listen about it and to hear more and more. This is our main message nowadays, to promote for that, not only promote, but to take it to real actions about tourism, that we seek for political stability in order to achieve a lot of economic achievements and financial projects and investment in countries. So political facing terrorism seek for political stability that will affect in a positive way the economic situation to be stable, not only to develop, but let's hope to be stable for enough, not ups and downs, facing a lot of ups and downs.
Still from Al-Ahram daily, the Supreme Committee for Legislative Reform held a meeting on Thursday headed by Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlab to discuss a number of draft laws, as it discussed the most prominent one, which was the Unified Investment Law Project. Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlab said that the new investment law under preparation by the Legislative Reform Committee will be one of the best in the world. In a statement to parliamentary reporters, Mahlab said that the new law will promote investments in Egypt. Meanwhile, Transitional Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Ibrahim al-Hayidi said that the draft law will be finalized before the end of next week. What are your expectations for this law as it will be ratified, and how will it facilitate or boost investment in Egypt?
It will be a positive step, because anything or whatever, not only investment, if we link it to law that we should respect, and there is something that you should do and you shouldn't do so, it's the system that we should move on and respect. So to have that draft of law and to come to reality, not only to promote the investment in Egypt, but it will help us to increase investment in terms of certain regulations that we should respect. Even the foreigners who will come to Egypt to invest even Egyptians, you should know what to do and what not to do according to that law. Not anyone is permitted. So anything we should have a law for it in order to apply them the right way.
And I believe investors need such a law to facilitate the process and to encourage them to invest more in Egypt.
It's safe for them more to find their own rights and what they should do and what they do.
Yes. Moving on from الأخبار daily, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Thursday with the Cyprus president on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davis. The meeting tackled the means of strengthening the bilateral relations between Egypt and Cyprus in various fields. The two presidents discussed their regard to expand the economic cooperation between the two countries, and earlier Sisi had invited world leaders and investors to an economic summit in March as part of efforts to boost Egypt's economy after the fallout of years of political turmoil. The president has called on businesses to invest in the well-publicized Suez Canal logistics hub, which the country claims will boost its economy. Relentless efforts by the Egyptian president and the Egyptian government to revitalize the economy, and also to send a clear message to the world that Egypt is countering terrorism, which is spreading all over the world, and as we have seen the latest attacks in Shilbbi, and also many countries have praised the role of Egypt in combating terrorism.
Yes, because because all those speeches, I will not call them speeches, but I will call them actions. Actions stating the words into reality by having a lot of meetings in terms of investment and economic development. Those are actions that should be taken since before, and we are achieving every day. We hear about a new step, new action, new meeting, new cooperation with another country or another countries around the world. So those actions are very important. It's a clear message to foreigners, investors, to everyone that we are seeking and having political stability. So come and have your projects and develop here, and we will cooperate with you there.
Yes. In line with what you said, we have a report focusing on the speech of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the Davis Forum, and also the highlights of his visit. Let's take a quick look and we'll be right back.
In his speech to the World Economic Forum Annual Meeting 2015 in Davos, Switzerland, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi invited more than 2,500 world leaders, businessmen and experts to participate in Egypt's future economic summit that is scheduled on March 13th and 14th in Sharm el-Sheikh. Al-Sisi reviewed Egypt's economic reforms that have been adopted to achieve sustainable development, gradual cutting of fuel subsidies, shrinking the public debt and the public deficit percentages, and improving the taxation system. Al-Sisi also said that his country is removing all obstacles before the private sector and working on reaching settlements over disputes between the government and local and foreign investors. He added that Egypt launched new laws that guarantee good opportunities for investors, noting that Egypt has drafted the Unified Investment Law to upgrade the growth rate to 7% and shrink unemployment rate to 10% by 2020. Al-Sisi also highlighted the great significance of projects launched along the Suez Canal Navigation Road and the Development Corridor project of the Suez Canal to get benefits from its strategic location. Regarding terrorism, Al-Sisi said that radicalism fights the world to impose its vision because it sees its contradictions inside them without caring for the principles of ethics or religions. Al-Sisi said that Islam is the religion of good values, and more than a billion Muslims are being judged on acts of group of criminal killers. Al-Sisi added that the entire international community should respect the doctrines and religions of each other to combat terrorism.
Welcome back, dear viewers. As we mentioned earlier in the beginning of the segment, mourning is pouring in, the mourners are pouring in for the loss of the Saudi king, and to shed more light on this development, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Pesent Fahmy. She's a political commentator. First of all, good morning to you, Dr. Pesent.
Good morning to you.
Doctor, if you can tell us, first of all, your comment on the latest incident, the loss of the Saudi king, and also if you can tell us about the Saudi-Egyptian relations that has been strong and that has even strengthened post the June 30th revolution.
First of all, God bless his soul, King Abdullah was a great man.